what's the breaking Marvel Universe starting over reboot after Avengers Secret Wars? Let's see what the Cosmic Wonder has to say about this and check this out.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and it looks like Marvel Studios could possibly be doing something that fans really did not expect them to do. Now, this is something that has kind of been in the back of people's minds of something that Marvel Studios could do, especially right now, because it could offer a solution to a so-called problem that Marvel Studios is having right now, according to some people in the fandom. And what is being discussed right now is the possibility of Marvel rebooting the Marvel Cinematic Universe, resetting it, starting over, whatever you want to call it, but essentially they would be going back to phase 1. And essentially that would kind of erase everything that we've seen so far, which in turn might really upset some fans. However, I do believe that there are multiple ways to reboot the MCU and still keep everything that the MCU has previously done. We're going to talk about what these ways are, but right away, go ahead and let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. What are your initial reactions to hearing that the MCU might be rebooted or completely reset, or even just a soft reset? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think this would be a good idea or not? And let us know if you'd be upset if they erased phases 1 through 3, if they erased everything that happened with Iron Man and Captain America and Thor and the Hulk, etc. Would this upset you, or would you be excited for a new universe? Or both? Let us know down below. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest MCU news. So since Marvel Studios is already doing Secret Wars, and since they've already begun to talk about incursions in the MCU, the thought of Marvel Studios using incursions and the Secret War storyline to reset the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been on people's minds, because this makes sense, and it makes sense for multiple reasons, especially if you consider kind of the state of Marvel Studios right now. But right now, let's fast forward to the end of Avengers Secret Wars. We know that the events leading up to Secret Wars, including Avengers Kang Dynasty, will start to show us incursions actually happening in the multiverse. This means worlds are going to get destroyed. Universes are going to get destroyed. We saw this a little bit in Multiverse of Madness, but when Doctor Strange was speaking to the Illuminati, they said, "You, our friend, Dr. Stephen Strange, caused an incursion, therefore causing the death of billions of people." And we are going to start to see more of this. In fact, Clea told Doctor Strange in the post-credit scene of Multiverse of Madness that he caused another one. So incursions are going to start happening, and they're going to start happening pretty frequently as we build up to Secret Wars. We also know that Kang is most likely going to win at first in Kang Dynasty, and this will most likely result in the destruction of the multiverse. So fast forward to the end of Avengers Secret Wars, where the Avengers finally do win. What do they do then? Well, in the comics, the Fantastic Four restore the multiverse. But of course, as we know, Marvel Studios never exactly copies a story from the comics. Rather, they take inspiration from the stories and take cool little Easter eggs and put them in the movies. They never adapt a story page for page, as they shouldn't, because we would know everything that's going to happen. However, it is safe to assume that the entire multiverse isn't going to remain destroyed as we go into Phase 7. The multiverse, in some part, will be restored. Now, they could restore the entire thing back to how it was originally before the events of Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty happened, or they could partially restore it, only able to restore a part of it and continue on from there, which will no doubt cause some pretty big changes moving forward in Phase 7. Or the final option would be to simply move forward from a destroyed multiverse and expand different timelines and basically have a new multiverse sprout up and be created. Now, the first option, that would be everything goes back to pretty much normal. The events of Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, basically Phase 1 through Phase 6 all did happen. They happened in the main timeline, and we continue on in the main timeline. Nothing gets reset, we just move forward. The history of everything remains the same. However, with the other options, it does give Marvel Studios a chance to simply reset the universe, and from there start from scratch and start from a Phase 1, not a Phase 7. And there could be a lot of reasons why Marvel Studios would want to do this, and according to a new report from insider Can We Get Some Toast, they state that this is actually very likely to happen. Can We Get Some Toast tweeted yesterday, "The writing's on the wall. Avengers Secret Wars is very likely setting up a soft reboot to the entire MCU, kind of like what The Flash did for the DCU. It'll be a send-off for not only the entirety of the Foxverse, but the MCU that we've all grown to love. And the aftermath will be an all-new, all different MCU. Now, let me explain what this tweet means so you can fully understand what it means for the MCU. The Flash movie, if you did not see it, did reset the Flash universe. Now, right now, the DC universe is resetting. James Gunn and Peter Safran are rebooting it. It will no longer be the universe where Henry Cavill is Superman, Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman, although that has been quite a mess lately. But we know that a new Superman is coming in, a new Batman is coming in, the Green Lantern is coming in. They are resetting the universe, and they did this softly with The Flash. And The Flash, before the events of the time traveling and multiverse traveling took place, everything was normal. Gal Gadot was there as Wonder Woman, Henry Cavill was there as Superman, and Ben Affleck was Batman. However, after he came back from undoing basically all the destruction that he caused, there was still a change to the universe. When he got to the end, and this is a spoiler alert for The Flash, if you don't want any spoilers, mute this for about 10 seconds, but in the final scene, there was a new Batman, and that Batman was George Clooney. So basically what this showed them was that, hey, yeah, you went back in time and you messed with the multiverse and you tried to undo it, but essentially you couldn't. So now the universe that you're in is different. This is exactly what it sounds like they're going to be doing for the MCU. So it's one of those scenarios that we talked about. The multiverse gets destroyed. There's really only kind of one universe left at the end. They eventually defeat Kang, and then they have to try to somehow restore the multiverse. Only they don't fully restore it. And the universe that is now our main MCU universe is going to be different. And what that means, and this could be kind of cool depending on your view of it, is that we could have a new Iron Man. We could have a new Captain America. We could have a new Black Widow. In fact, even some characters who already exist could actually change into different variants. The Hulk might not be played by Mark Ruffalo anymore. It could be a different War Machine, because why not? They've already basically did that with Secret Wars. I'm sure you get the point by now. Basically, anything is kind of possible in a new universe that would be created. But it gives us the opportunity to have some of these majorly famous characters come back that everybody has known and loved over the past 10 plus years. And if they are going to do a reboot, this is honestly the best way to do it, a soft reboot. That way, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man still existed. That way, Chris Evans' Captain America still existed. Everything from the past of the MCU, its history still happened, but technically it would have happened in a different universe. And the universe that would continue past Avengers Secret Wars would be the main universe, however, it would be different. And another reason that Marvel Studios could really want to do this is the inclusion now of the mutants and the X-Men. A lot of people have asked the question, well, if the mutants are coming, have they existed in our universe this entire time? And if they have, well, why haven't we really heard of them yet? Well, one reason could be because they're not actually in our universe yet. Yes, we do know that they have kind of started to establish that some people might have mutations, like Kamala Khan in the MCU, but we haven't seen any actual X-Men. It doesn't seem like the X-Men team is formed. However, we do know that Secret Wars is going to bring in the X-Men from other universes. When incursions start to happen and teams and universes start to collide and interlap with each other, we're going to see some of the original Fox X-Men. And we'll probably see some X-Men that we've never seen before that are simply going to be variants from other universes. For example, Channing Tatum's Gambit. We know that he's going to be in Deadpool 3, so he could show up in Secret Wars as well. So the X-Men team is going to be established, but we're going to get our own X-Men team in the MCU, obviously, starting in Phase 7. And it would make sense if this new universe that has been created from the events of Secret Wars, that is now going to be our main universe, has changed a little bit, and mutants are now a little bit more prominent. It's a great segue for Marvel Studios to go into the mutant saga, because again, they essentially get to do a reboot without having to do one, a soft reboot. We keep the old events, we're not erasing those, but we're going forward in a different timeline, which again opens up the door for a new Iron Man, for new Captain America, etc. And this is actually a problem that Marvel Studios is kind of facing right now. A lot of fans have been kind of unsatisfied with the new characters that have been introduced into the MCU, because we were with Iron Man for so long, Captain America for so long, the original Avengers, we were with them for 10 plus years. And yes, we have grown to love the characters because of the actors who play them, but people still do also love the characters. And people would love to see another Iron Man in the MCU, but that cannot happen unless, one, somebody somebody else takes up the mantle, which kind of isn't the same. I really love Falcon, Sam Wilson, and I love the fact that he's Captain America now, but we know it's not the same Captain America. Well, a reset, a soft reboot, would give us the opportunity to have a Steve Rogers Captain America in the MCU again, a Tony Stark Iron Man in the MCU again. So it could be a pretty good move by Marvel to actually go this way with a soft reboot to where Secret Wars makes the universe going forward different than the one that's been in the past. And they're not going to just start off with a new Iron Man. They're going to really focus on the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. There's a ton of X-Men to introduce, and there are a ton of Fantastic Four stories they can tell. They can go years without reintroducing the original Avengers characters from the MCU like Iron Man and Captain America and the Hulk. And this will make the MCU fresh again. It's going to be completely new, different characters with completely new stories that we've never seen before. And then we can start to include some old but new characters like Iron Man and the gang. We knew Marvel Studios was thinking about doing this, but according to that recent report, it looks like they kind of are leaning more towards the side of doing a soft reboot. And it's a risk. It could definitely work, but it might also not. So let us know what you think about it down below in the comments. Do you think this would be a good idea or not? And if so, how do you think they should go about doing it? Let us know all of your thoughts and theories about this in the comments down below. If you want to stay up to date on everything regarding the MCU, be sure to subscribe to the channel and also DC as well. Don't forget to like the video, please. And of course, you can always follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Subscribe, like this video. Have a great night, and please like this video, and see you guys. Bye.